Hello darklings, my name is Sunnis and I'm an elder girl from Sweden, but guess what? What day is it? It's my 1 year anniversary from my gastric bypass surgery. But first we take the intro and I'm gonna tell more after. Hello darklings, like I said, my name is Sunnis, I live in Sweden, I'm an elder goth, but it's not anything to do with the goth subculture or something like that. It's actually 1 year since I did my gastric bypass surgery, and I have a list with different kind of information about it, how it went and how it started and all that type of things. And if you're interested, you can go and watch those videos. I'm gonna put it down in the description box for you, so you can go ahead and follow the travel if you're interested and haven't seen that before. But else, I thought you maybe should be interested to see how it goes, because now it's 1 year since I did it. My life has been more like a normal life for someone that have done the surgery, and it's not really something I'm thinking about that much more than I'm picky with the food and that type of things of natural causes, of course, and to drink a lot of water that I didn't do before. So I thought we should talk a little about it and maybe show some pics. I'm gonna put that trigger warning in on it too, so if you don't like it, don't watch. Or you can skip if I have enough, so I can at least tell when you can skip to, so you don't have to see some things. And don't be rude, because I'm gonna show things that maybe it's not that I don't feel that comfy about, but because it's that type of travel, if other people want to know more about it, maybe thinking about doing it or something, so at least they can see my experience about it. But remember, I'm not working on a hospital, I'm not a doctor, I'm not anything inside the healthcare system or something like that. It's just my own experience. If you think more about it, you need to talk with people that are into those type of things, because they are the specialist, not me. This is just my travel, and it can be different from person to person, and I hope at least you can get a little more information. And if you go to different type of channels, no matter which country you're from, so maybe you can at least gather some information about different type of people's experience. Some have good experience, some have bad experience, some doesn't think anything at all, some have lost a lot of weight and others haven't and even gained. So remember, it's not a quick fix, it's something you have to fight for the rest of your life. And for people that haven't followed me before, I didn't do it mainly for my weight. Even if I needed to go down in weight, it was because I had a really bad sleep apnea. And I'm not gonna go through that much what that is exactly, but that means that I stopped breathing whilst I've been sleeping, and I was stopped so many times, so I needed a machine that actually forced me to start breathe again. And you know, to sleep with that type of things is not fun, especially not when you have a partner. And if you're a single person, maybe you don't want to take someone home to you and you have a machine too, so it's not directly the most sexy thing you can have in the bedroom, if you know what I mean. But that was the main reason. I had a really bad sleep apnea. It started to affect my life very bad, and I had tried to go many years down in weight, but I didn't get any help. They said try this diet, try this and try this, and no matter what I tried, I started to gain more and more weight, and after a while my body started to get, and I didn't see the connection first either, because you can have sleep apnea even if you're a tiny person, skinny, so that have nothing to do, but it could be a good big reason to why you have it if you haven't had it before, just say it. And yeah, I got that thing, but before that I just get denied, because I tried to apply only on my weight, but I didn't have enough weight on my body to get it approved from our ordinary healthcare system. But in that time I also got this thing when finally said, you have sleep apnea, you're gonna need a CPAP machine. And then I said, because you have bad sleep apnea, the only thing that might have a chance to help you is to do this surgery too. So I think you should apply again, because I told them I just get denied. And I went to my doctor again, and we sent in a new thing, and I get it finally approved. Because then it's not the same weight limit for it. Then it was accepted, because sometimes they can do exceptions depending on different health reasons. And sleep apnea is a very bad one, so I was approved. And sorry if you hear noises in the background, I have the window open because I like some fresh air. At least when I'm inside right now, so if I can't be outside, so at least I have to do that. But now it's kids screaming and I don't like it. I'm not a kid person. Sorry. Some are, some aren't. I'm not born that way, so sorry. And now we're gonna continue, of course, with what's matter. So that was a little background. I also had high blood pressure, and that went away too. So I don't have a CPAP machine anymore. I don't have sleep apnea. I don't have high blood pressure. I actually sometimes drop a little too low, but not that low so it's gonna affect me that type of way. But I'm very happy that that type of things have gone, because that makes life a little bit easier at least, and not have to take unnecessary medication, because I already have my thyroid that I need to take medication for in the rest of my life too. So it's nothing that I can really fix that easy either, so I have to struggle with that type of medication. Plus, as a gastric bypass person, I need to take supplements in the rest of my life too, and I eat something that they call MedMade. I don't know if you have the same in other countries, but in Sweden we have that, and you can get on prescription from your doctor too. But for me, that should be more expensive and lots more hassle, because you have to remember different type of things you're not gonna take every day, and that type of things, and much more pills too. So I thought it was even cheaper and easier to choose the one I took. So I took MedMade, and that was little about that. And now, if you don't interesting to see some things I can trigger, so I'm gonna say soon when you're gonna stop and how long you maybe gonna jump. I'm gonna try to remember to look where I stopped doing this type of thing. Yeah, but like I said, I'm gonna put in some video sequence to show the changing for the year, because of course it have changed a lot. I'm not gonna tell about the measurements and the weight directly now either, because I don't have it in my head. So I thought that at least you can take a look, and I put down how much is changing from the start. From the start when I went approved, of course. That is not the same like the day I was into the surgery, because you go through a diet before too, and I started already because I got my first appointment with the surgeon actually before they went on vacation. So I had my surgery when they came back from the vacation, so I had a little longer time that usually people have when it comes to the first appointment with the surgeon, because then you're usually gonna have the surgeon the next day. But it was not in my case, because that was the last day they did the surgery. So I had to wait till they were back. So I had a little more time, but I already started to change my life, doing a little more exercise by walking a lot and that type of thing. Start to drink other type of things. Start to think a little more what I was eating. I was still eating a little more different type of things that you maybe shouldn't as a gastric bypass person, but I started to change, because I think you need to start slowly, because that's gonna be a habit you're gonna keep for the rest of your life, and you can gain weight after surgery too. So it's not a quick fix, and I should think it's very sad if you started to gain a lot of weight. Of course you can gain a little bit after going down to the lowest, and I'm not sure if I hit the lowest yet, because my body is still changing, both when it comes to the measurements and to my weight. So right now I'm on my lowest, but I'm not sure where it's gonna end. I hope I'm not gonna be too much more, because I'm a little more big boned, what you call it. So I start to be a little too skinny on some parts, even if it's not visible all the time. But it's not that comfy for me either when I'm sitting down too long or something, because it started to hurt in my bum. I can't sit that long without getting pain in my bum, because I don't have anything no padding left, you know. what a problem, what a problem. But you know, if I know, you know if what I mean, but you can't really understand. So I'm gonna first go through this and put down the different measurements, some of the measurements and the weight, and put that together in one end, and on the other end I'm gonna show how it changed over time, over 1 year from when I started. And of course the measurements and weight gonna be in 3 different things. It's gonna be before the surgery and the day I went for the surgery, because then they do the last checkup, how everything goes, and of course where I am right now, so you can see the change. So here it comes, and I hope you not be too cruel when I show this, because it's not easy. It's not easy. I'm not the person that want to show that much. So we'll be back soon. So that was how much my body have changed, and I want to say that the thing I miss out when it comes to this surgery, you can get some help when it comes to the physical type of things, but they forgot that you maybe need some help with the mental bit, because many of us also suffer with this body dysphoria, or what do you call it, dysphoria. So even I do that, because I can still look into the mirror and see the old me, and at the same time I'd be a little sad when I see that people actually treat me way much different nowadays when I'm not in the same weight like I was 1 year ago. And then I can imagine that people that are even bigger than I was even struggle with people that have their assessment that think you're lazy, just eating garbage and all that type of thing. You don't do any exercise and blah blah blah, you know, all that package. And I think people shouldn't judge it. You don't know what's behind everything. It can be sickness of different kinds. It can be medication of different kinds. It can be a lot of different. Stress is one of them. Even sleeping too little can make you gain weight. So think of it. Don't be harsh, because you don't know what other people struggle with every day. So you saw some bits, and like I said, for me it's still a struggle with the mental bit. I can both see and not see that I have changed it, but I still feel sometimes when I look into the mirror I am the same person like I was before. But even today I can even be shocked when I look back 1 year back in my videos and everything. I thought I looked great back then, but now I can see the difference too. So at the same time I'm judging myself, and I shouldn't, because I thought I looked okay. I didn't think I was that, and many people said you didn't look that big for your weight, but we shouldn't imagine you were that heavy, because it was more spread all over me, and I have a little more muscles, maybe because of my work and that type of things. So that also makes me a bit heavier already from start. But I hope you're gonna be kind. And of course I did ask people about some questions, so I'm gonna take it up on another phone because I can't read at the same time I film. So we'll be back with the questions right now soon. So I'm gonna start with the 2 that is a little bit shorter, and the first is from Phoenix Princess 5129. Hello Princess, thank you for asking a question. And she asked, are you glad that you had the surgery? Yes, I am, and mainly for I don't have to sleep with a CPAP machine. I don't have to look like the elephant man every night. And it's not really comfortable either when you have this hose coming out from your face and you can't really move as you want either. And even if they said new machines are much more quiet than the old ones, they are not that quiet, I can tell. So I don't even dare guess how the old ones was before. So yes, I'm happy. My health is much more better. I'm still working on it. It's still lots to do, because 1 year, 1.5 is still the beginning of the journey. Then after that period, you have maybe reached your lowest and the trigger points have been set, and you maybe gain a little bit in weight too. And that's when you have to start thinking more about what you're doing. But it's different for every person, and of course I'm happy. I'm very happy that I finally can get dressed in normal sizes. But the mainly health thing, I also think that my body feels so much lighter, so I can actually feel how much easier it is to move around, even if I didn't have problem directly in that type of way, but I can still feel a difference, and it feels like I'm ready to go out and run in the wood or some forest or something. You know what I mean, if you have that type of problem with weight, at least. And then we go over to Janet, SV2, and she asked, "Hi Sanis, what side effects or complication did you have or still have, and what possible complication did you fortunately not experience?" I actually didn't have that much bad things. I think my journey so far have been an easy one. I might sometimes react on the food very fast when it's too sweet or too fat. So I knew this one I'm not gonna try more because it started to make me sick. I have some moments when I felt sick, but very few times. But there are people that have much more things going on, but I'm not gonna go into the details because I think it's better to Google and look at the healthcare systems pages about that, so I don't say something that is not true, because it may be just me. I don't know, because I'm not working in that type of things. But the worstest I had was actually for a little while ago when I should go to the concert. And yeah, I've been very good with choosing the right type of stuff, but because they changed the rules when it comes to not carry any bags, I couldn't directly take any water with me, and I couldn't take any food with me, because you're not allowed to have any bag or something that could be counted as a bag. And yeah, you couldn't bring it in the pocket side of that type of things. So if you're going into the concert, so I still needed to buy something at the place when I was inside the area. So we went there, I felt fine, and we were waiting for them to start open up, and I needed to eat one more time. So I said we go to eat on this place, and Trevor just took some fluid, but I needed to eat because I eat 6 times a day, and I drink at least 2 liters of water. I don't know how much that is in the other type of measurements, but if you know a liter, maybe you know, or you can Google what a liter is, so I don't have to do that for you. So at least, yeah, I had to eat. I picked something, and it showed up that the day before can have been affected too, because I was sleeping bad. I had a bad headache the day before, so I didn't sleep enough. Plus, hyped up for this concert we're going to, and we were standing in a queue, and that was directly after I was eating. We didn't directly do anything in between. So I think 20 minutes later, just when it started to open again, they should let all the people start going. And we was in the beginning of the queue too, so I started to feel very fast. Everything went so fast, but because I follow another YouTuber that have some more years in experience about this, she had told when she had more serious one, and that was what they call a late dumping. You have early dumping and you have late dumping, and I'm gonna see if I can find something that either I can put down a link for it if you want to read about it, or if I can put something on the side that explain what that is, because it can be a different type of things. It can be very easy symptoms that is maybe not that bad to very serious ones too. But this time, because she had told about her serious one that was a late one, I knew that something's bad is coming because it went so fast. I felt first, I get hot, very hot. Then I felt the sweat coming at the same time. Then I felt the dizziness coming at that, and I knew this is not good because it goes so fast and it's so powerful, these things that kicked in. So I grabbed Trevor, that didn't know, he didn't hear exactly what I said, because I tried to tell him, Trevor, you need to hold me, I think I have a bad dumping coming. And then everything went black because I fainted and fell. At least he could catch me before I fall totally forwards, because I was falling forwards. I landed on my knee very badly, and I had told about that in another video or live or something. But yeah, that was the biggest issue I had. I got a very serious dumping, but after have rested on a chair for 20-30 minutes, and even sitting inside the area before the concert started and drinking a lot of water, I felt fine. So I knew that something in that food I was eating was not right for me. It could be too much sugar, or it could be too much fat, or maybe even a combination of them both. But that was things I haven't cooked for myself, so you never know before you have tried. And I didn't feel anything whilst I was eating. Normally my body have processed it already when I taken the first bites, so I stopped eating that type of things and taking something else. But this time it didn't, but I got what they call an early, because it was inside 30 minutes. So that is the most serious I have. But other people have had other type of things. I'm not going to go into what that is, but that means that they have to go to hospital in a rush because they got other much bigger issues. Some can also be life-threatening, and the surgery is never without any danger, because you can die even of doing a gastric bypass. So there's a lot of things you have to take in calculation and think if it's worth it. So I hope you got enough answer for that question at least. And side effects some more. I don't know if there was more than in the beginning, that my body didn't like the staples they put, because they didn't put any stitches or something. They put staples and everything on the 5 different holes, because it did that whole surgery. So they even sticking out, and it was very itchy. And then I couldn't even take the plaster they have put up above it that should protect them, because I have very sensitive skin for that type of glue, even for the one they have in hospital for that type of things. So my skin was not really happy, and I was very happy the day they took them away. But I think it's in a video too, so if you know, you can go back in time and start follow the travel from there. And for the Swedish followers that might think, why is she always doing everything in English? Because mainly my subscribers are speaking English, or English is the common to get others to understand me, because we don't speak Swedish, the most of us. So I have choose to do it. It's other channels that is much better when it comes to do this type of videos too. It's not my main goal, but I've wanted to show things for people, so that's why I done this type of list too, so people can actually follow my travel, because it's a big step in life and it's not a quick fix. So I thought we should try to go back and see the last person asked, and this was actually very much asked at the same time. And it's from XX Becca Brutality XX7873. So I'm gonna read first, and I'm gonna try to answer on everything. But I'm happy that you actually was interested in my journey, my health journey, weight loss journey, and here is what she wrote. How does it feel to eat after a gastric bypass surgery has healed? I imagine you have to eat much smaller meals throughout the day instead of 3 big meals. Does it feel different when you're full, or do you still feel hungry? And does it affect your energy levels? Lastly, did the surgery affect your mood, emotional state during and after healing? I have lots of questions, sorry. I've only met one other person who has had that surgery done, and she did not want to talk about it because she gained the weight back due to other health problems she had. And like I said, this type of surgery, you never know. The surgeon can never promise you what you're gonna reach. They can calculate or maybe have expectations, but there is other things too. Like she wrote here that you can have other type of health problems that maybe do it worse and harder, and even medication that can go against you. So that's why I say, don't judge a person because of the look or her body shape or anything. We are still the same. We're still the same. We all have feelings, and it's very easy to hurt a person, even if you maybe didn't want to hurt a person. And some people are cruel, so I do get it. So you asked about how it felt to eat first time as healed, and I should say it felt fantastic, because you get very, very tired on the liquid diet you have after, because you can't eat proper and you can't get so much into your system. It's much more less in the beginning, and then you go to another one is a little more like you have to I don't know the word for it, but you can't eat fully ordinary food yet, so it must be like mashed potato and that type of stuff that already are in that type of consistency. and not too heavy too. And then you can start to add in the ordinary after a certain, and it depends on what your surgeons have in different places, because it's around the world and different surgeons have their different things they tell you, but they're gonna tell you how you're gonna do. And first time, even if it was the mashed period, I was delightful. Finally, real food. And you know, when you go on a liquid diet, even for some weeks before the surgery, so you can guess how many weeks it was just that type of things, and actually feel something that is more food in your mouth. And like I said, I didn't have any directly problem that way. It's just that I couldn't eat that much in the beginning. I couldn't even drink that much in the beginning, so that was a little harder, but I tried. And I tried to focus to put the hours and see how many hours in between. I usually have around 3 hours in between most of the day, and I eat 6 times a day. Nowadays I don't eat that small portions that maybe people think. It's still much smaller than normal people usually take on a plate, but it's also a little bigger than maybe some people in the same circumstances eat like me. So we can't compare each other. It depends on so much other things. And I have a hard work. They're very physical and very heavy. I need my energy if I'm gonna last, and my body needs it. And you're gonna notice that when you asked, I think you asked about how it feels when it comes to energy wise and that type of things too. So you're gonna focus on the protein first, but protein is not everything. And when you come in balance after some months, and you're gonna notice when it is, because then you're gonna stop dropping all the hair. And I dropped a lot of hair, so I was really sad. I still have, now they start to grow up, but it's gonna take a very long time before everything is back as normal. So you can think, oh, I feel bold and that type of things. But when I've started to get up the protein finally, so my body still needed more, so I started to add actually calories that. But you need to see what you need, and maybe during over the time, I know from others that have said that even if you used to take one type of portions before, you might have to change it some years later, because it's so different how the body reacts. You don't know, because sometimes you have to try and error. And like some said, it's better to add on a plate and not eat everything than take away a lot of things. I think that's good enough, because then you can't get the diversity, all the different things you should need. But as long as you focus on the protein first, and then you eat whatever you can, you have to listen to your body. You can't overeat, because then you're gonna get dumping, and dumping is not fun, even if it's just a small one. And if it goes very bad one, I promise you don't want to be in that situation again. And some say that at least the people have done the bypass, because you have sleeve too that you can do. So at least people that have done the bypass, the most of us can't puke. And I haven't puked for over a year now, so I don't know if I actually can. So you see, if you feel sick, I have had that feeling when I was ill in another type of things, not by food. But I was just wishing, I wish I could puke, then it should probably go away. But it didn't want to reach the stage. I was feeling more sick than I maybe needed to, because if I still had my ordinary body with my ordinary belly and everything, I might get away the feeling whilst going to the toilet and do what my body asks for. But yeah, you need to listen. It's not the same, so you need to focus on the feeling, how it feels like. And yeah, I can feel hunger before, but the strange thing, as far as I start eating, I don't feel that hungry. So that's even more important for me to actually listen to my belly, what it tells me, to my body, that am I full now, so I don't overeat. I need to stop. And I also learned I don't have to eat everything on the plate. It's okay not doing that. Just take what you need, and if you got the protein for the day inside the system, it doesn't matter if it's still something on the plate. And I also eat on smaller plates and that type of things most of the times too, so it looks a little bigger, but it's still very small compared with an ordinary plate. And compared with others, because of my work, I do eat bigger portions, maybe like some, but like I said, we can't compete. But I think it's a little sad when some people that have done this and hanging on some type of communities for this type of surgery are competing who eats less, because that's the wrong way to go. You're not supposed to compete about how less. You are supposed to get to a level where your body is working and where everything is fine. Because you're not meant to go to the doctor and get help with your health when everything crashed down. And that's also why it's important to take the multi-supplements you have that you need for the rest of the life too. Else you're gonna be very, very sick after a while, and that's not good either. I'm gonna see if there was something more. And affect mood and emotional state during and after healing. In the beginning, it was more little like you were worried that you shouldn't be able to lose weight. You didn't want to believe on this tool that it is, and still a little hard to believe that it's actually true. You're afraid to go back to be the old you and get all the same problems back, but at the same time it's a very good tool to actually help you. But in some cases it don't work, so no one can promise that it will work for you either. So that's what's saying. So yeah, what should I say? And after, yeah, of course you got your periods with downs too, and I think it goes a little ahead with that you have a little body dysphoria. You have a little hard to believe in what you see yourself. Plus, at the same time, you get this other type of response from people around you, even strangers, that treating you way much nicer nowadays when you are not that big person anymore. And it actually hurts me a lot because I'm still the same person. Nothing has changed there. I just couldn't get down in weight, and because of all the other sickness and everything that affected and that type of thing. So my body just wanted to go up and go up. And the more diets I tried, the worse the then results went. So then I got all the health issues too on top. So it didn't make it easier. So I think people are judging other too much. So I think that is most what I can. But I can feel a little bit down sometimes too. So I think they should need to even have this thing about the mental part too. I don't know if coming in the future when they know more about everything. This type of things is still very new compared with other type of things we're doing. And it's still not that many maybe that do it. And like some of the surgeons said that they should wish that more guys actually did it too, because it's often the women that take that big step and do this thing. But when I was on the hospital in Falköping, it was actually more guys that time. We were only 2 women and the rest were guys. At that date we should go and do the different ones. And I was meant to do a sleeve from the beginning because it's a little nicer and a little more like you had your old body, but still gonna gain some of the things that the bypass do. But they discovered a big hernia in my stomach, so they said you can't have it. So, and even if you did the sleeve in the beginning, you're probably coming back and had to convert it back to a bypass instead. So they did the bypass, and we had talked about it before too, and I said, if you see something, you know what to do it, because you are the professionals, it's not me. So even if I don't get a sleeve, so I started my travel with saying, oh, I'm gonna get my gastric sleeve, but it ended up with a bypass. But I'm still happy because my body and my health is so much better. And like I said, I don't have sleep apnea anymore. That bad sleep apnea that was really bad and actually can do a lot of damage with the body and even be one of big factor to accidents like in traffic and all that type of things when you're so tired so you fall asleep for nothing. And even if you try to sleep, you are always like that. And the person asleep beside you, I'm not sure if you're dead or alive, because they need to wait for you to start breathing again, because that's how it goes. You never know how long time it takes before you start. And the sound when you're coming back and start to breathe again is horrible, some people say, because it sounds like little like when some people dies and take that last, you know. And now we're gonna see if I missed something more. You see lots of questions, blah blah blah. No, I think I covered the most of the part. So like I said, this is my journey, and I'm not sure I'm gonna do that much more videos in that. Maybe if it's some bigger change. I am expecting to have my follow-up meeting, but I thought it was a little closer in time. but it ended up it's not before, not next week, but the week after. I'm gonna have my follow-up meet. I've already been taking blood samples for it, and I have fill in papers and send it back to them. So I had to answer on a lot of different questions, and yeah, so I was still waiting for that one. If it's something of interest, you can always put it down there, and I can add a little video about how that went. But after that, the surgeon place gonna say goodbye, and now it's the ordinary healthcare system. They're gonna take care about me every year to do the checkup, because they need to check that I have everything inside my body with vitamins and minerals and that type of levels, iron and you name it, that we need to actually function. So what's gonna say more before I end this video? Like I said, it's not a quick fix. Because of what happened when I should go to the concert, I took a big decisions already with travel back then. I had that already in mind, and that was that I'm not gonna even try drink alcohol, because if that I reacted on something in the food, and I know that alcohol can be very bad for a person that had done this surgery, and it's even very easy if you succeed to drink it to be an alcoholic. It's very high risk to actually be that when you have done this type of surgery. So mainly for the risk for having those big dumplings that can be very much heavier than the one I had, because that was really bad already. So I thought I don't want to risk that, and I don't want people think about it, even if he just sipped from one glass of wine or something and they think I have been drinking the whole evening, and oh, she had drinking way too much, look at her, and I just started. I don't want to be in that situation. I can still have fun. You can drink if you want to, but I have choose to not, and I have choose to mainly not try too much. Even I haven't even tried to buy a Pepsi Max like I used to drink before, or Monster or something like that. I only drink water or coffee with milk. I don't even use sugar in my coffee anymore, not even the type that I am allowed to do. I took all that type of things away. So I'm not sure I'm gonna introduce that, but we have to see. But I have decided not to have directly restrictions either, so because I want to have a normal life, but I need to try. It's still a long way to know what works and not gonna work, and maybe through the years, maybe my body accepts more and more. But that is also when I need to look after what I'm doing, because else, like I said, you can go back to and even be worse. So this is not a quick fix if people for that. It's a life change that you need to put every effort in, and it's up to you how you're gonna treat yourself. And I want to be nice to my body, because that's gonna make me more happier too in the end, and hopefully a little bit more healthier, and maybe don't have all the other issues too. So like I said, it's not its type of channel, so if you want to have a bigger update later, you maybe ask about if you can see any scars from the different wounds. No, it's very hard to see them right now. You need to know what you're looking for. And when it comes to loose skin, yeah, I have loose skin. I have on my upper arms a lot. I have just behind my bra, something like to the armpit, I have loose skin. And of course I have around the belly. So if someone see bumps when I have little clothes, that is not because I'm fat. It's because my skin costume is a little too big and it have no way to go. So, but I'm not sure that I'm gonna get help for it, if it's enough or that type of things. And it's still way too early for me even to try get it. But I'm gonna see how it goes. I think my back have managed much better than I was expecting. My legs have little hang too, but it's still much better than I expect. I've seen others that have big issues with that. Of course my boobs disappear, and that's a little sad, but that's the way it goes. And yeah, I thought even my neck should be much worse. But I had tried to take care about the massage and everything, and try to do that type of things. Drink a lot of water, and I even drink at least 2 liters most of the days, 2 every day, because that's the thing you need to do. And like I said, I eat 6 times a day, and not as big portions as a normal person, but I still eat. And yeah, I can feel hunger, but when I'm eating, that feeling disappears. So I think the hunger is actually inside here, because it's not the clock, and it's not, now it's starting to be food time, you need to eat. So that's what I think mainly. So this was all for this time, and I hope you enjoyed everything. And you can do the usual things like subscribe, press the notification bell, likes and comments, but don't be rude and be nice, because I have showed a bit of me that it's not that easy to do. And like I said, it's a trigger warning on it too. So take care, be safe, be weird, and be nice to each other. Love you all. Thanks for watching. Bye.